All right, we're back. Do you understand the concept of barrel or not, Chuck?
No, I think you're going to have to kind of get me on
It's
point.
thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yep.
Barrel means I'm super into it.
Okay.
This thing is so barrel. Nah is obvious.
Gotcha.
Nah is like, I'm not into this at
Okay.
all. I've got 3 topics of discussion. I usually try to pull them from the weekly news or something relatable. Number 1, wall hangers.
Wall hanging surfboards.
Surfboards
as art.
Like, let's say you order a pipeliner from Jerry Lopez now, and he shapes it in Oregon, ships it down to you. You pay top price for it.
$1,200.
Yeah.
How much is
say
Jerry Lopez?
25.
Oh, probably
25.
more.
Okay.
Yeah,
25. So, what the question is, would you ride that board? Would you just hang it on the wall? Or is it even okay to order a board specifically as a wall hanger?
That last part, I'd have to give it a thumbs down.
A nah.
You're going nah on wall hangers.
Yeah.
If you're going to order a board, you want to surf it.
I want to at least surf it once, so then I have a reason for. It's such a great craft. I mean, like, especially let's say Jerry Lopez. To me, that is like insane. So I'd have to at least ride it to understand what was going through his hands when he was shaping that thing, and whether it sucked or not. If I didn't use it anymore and the thing was beautiful looking, minty, I'd probably throw it up there. But I'd have to use it.
Would you scrape the wax before you hang it?
Have to.
Really?
Yeah, I'd make that thing look plush, because I'm sure I'd hear from my gal going, "Are you serious? You're putting that thing up there like that?" And then if it got warm, on one of these days, and suddenly wax is dripping on the floor, I don't know.
What do you think, barrel or not? Wall hangers.
I'm a big barrel, but not on actual surfboards. I mean, on like a Jerry Lopez. If you order a board, like, don't get a stinking album board and stick it on your wall. Those are meant to be ridden. I'm talking about like the $15,000 Chanel board or whatever. Those like
That's barrel for
Oh
you?
yeah. So
God.
if you have $15,000 to blow on a Louis Vuitton surfboard that you hang on your wall, to me it makes such a mockery of everything we're about. Which at the end of the day, surfing is a mockery of life, right? That's all surfing is. It mocks life.
No.
This isn't life. It's a mockery of life. Yeah.
You lost me.
That is peak
You lost
mockery.
me at Chanel.
That is peak. It's rounding the circle for what we do. The most ridiculous pastime ever invented by Peruvians, surfing. And this is peak ridiculousness.
So
a Chanel a Chanel board on the wall.
So if you won the
$15,000.
lotto and you bought, just to mock surfing, you bought the Chanel board for $15,000.
Yes.
You would not ride it.
I'd surf it first.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. then.
Exactly. So now we're back on the same page.
If I won, I'd buy 2. One would be in my quiver. The other one would be, and it'd be the only board I surfed. No matter what, no matter the conditions, I'd be on the Chanel board. The other one would be on the wall.
I feel like Stab did a feature with Jack Freestone riding those boards.
Somebody
like they
did.
bought 2 or 3, like a Chanel one, the Louis Vuitton one.
I was vaguely familiar.
Who do you think made those boards? Do we know? Hayden made?
Yeah, it's Hayden made one for somebody fancy. I don't think Hayden made the Chanel or
Vuitton,
right. But it's I'm gonna find out who made the Chanel and order one for $15,000.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we crowdfund this?
Yeah, hopefully. Our crowdfunding doesn't work very well.
So you're going nah on wall hangers unless they're surfed first. Is that what we're agreeing upon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I agree too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to surf a board. If you're going to buy a board, you got to surf it.
I mean, I think it would be kind of like it'd be kind of a bummer. I mean, I'm sure Jerry Lopez probably has a lot of them that customers that are just wall hanging them. But I think for Jerry Lopez, and I've gotten to know him, I would be stoked to just put that thing in the water and just see why.
I mean, the thing is, most people are going to buy a pipeliner from Jerry Lopez, which almost has zero applicability today.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Where are you going to ride that board?
Yeah.
Maybe nobody's going to even paddle that out at pipeline.
True.
So, but you would still want to at least get it in the water. That you have to.
Okay, what if though, here's a slight deviation here. You're at the Surfboard Museum. What's it called again?
Shack.
Yeah, the Southern
Surfing Heritage and Culture Center.
There you go.
On point.
You're in there and they said, hey, we have an extra Tom Curran Black Beauty in here. It's one that he rode somewhere. We just want it to go to a good home. Do you surf that or do you wall hang it?
I would surf that.
I would surf that
board's
too.
surfable for sure.
Duke Hanamoku's wooden plank.
Wall hanger.
You don't.
So that I
Although,
think
how rad would that be? I would be kind of. It would kind of be a way to go way back in history
true.
and just kind of feel like, dude, this thing doesn't turn for shit.
So that's
true.
I would surf any board that I got from Shaq. Any historical board, I would have to surf it because that would be the whole point of it, is not to display it, is to feel whatever that magic board was, right?
I guess so.
I would surf from Duke's to Kelly's to an AI board.
A Dick Brewer gun, a Pat
Any of
Curran
them.
gun.
Any of them. Yep.
I'm
would
totally
snap
in
it.
agreement with that.
All right.
For sure.
All right. It's official.
Shaq, let us come surf your boards.
Barrel or non number 2, playing the lotto. This week, there was 2 $800 million jackpots. The Powerball and the Mega Millions.
800 million. I'll open up here
800 million with a B.
with a knob, because what you get once you play the lotto is money, then your kids kill themselves, and then you kill yourself. I think that's
There is a curse of the lotto. They've made TV shows about this.
yeah.
That's right.
But wait, you're implying that by playing the lotto, you win?
Well,
I
if
don't
you
think
win,
you ever
Yeah,
win.
I'm kind of going, wow, he has got solid thoughts there. I'm like, wow.
you're lucky if you win. I mean, you're lucky if you don't win. That's winning the lotto is playing and losing. Otherwise, everyone in your family is committing suicide,
So,
including you.
do you play the lotto?
No.
Chuck, do you play the lotto?
I don't, but the funny thing was when I heard earlier this week that was like that, I'm all, babe, you should just go down and get a couple tickets. But you never win. When I was younger, I did have a funny thing. I found a wallet and had like I think $50 in it. And, I was a skater kid. I just tossed it, whatever, dumb thing. But anyway.
You kept the $50
I kept the
and tossed
$50
the wallet?
and I bought all lottery tickets. And I ended up winning, I think it was $900.
What?
And back when I was a
as a
skater, I was
kid?
killer. So I ended up taking Greyhound bus to Huntington Beach. I was a skater and visiting a buddy of mine all on that. So I was kind of like, dude, lottery's a good thing. But
And you're into theft, too.
yeah,
This is
totally, dude, bad thing. How old was I? I think I was 15.
I mean, $900 as a 15-year-old though must have felt like
I felt I was
you
a
were,
millionaire.
I mean, the richest man on earth.
Yeah,
on
that could
the
buy a lot
Greyhound.
of Big Macs, especially back then.
Did you buy the next door seat to you on the Greyhound too, just so you could King Chuck on the
No, but
Greyhound?
I think I got some karma on that one. I mean, it was definitely not the coolest thing to do. So I don't want to put that out there that's rad. But I was young, dumb, and stoked to skate. So, but as far as lottery, I don't know, the idea of winning it. And I'm with you on the suicide thing here and there, but I kind of would like to think all of us come from, you work hard for the money that you get nowadays. Dude, would it change your life? I mean, like, would it change you as a person inside? I mean, maybe, but would you allow it? Like, I look at myself going, look, I worked my butt off for it. And to get, let's say 10 million, you get $10 million. Like, what would you do? I mean, would you change your life? Yeah, if you had a 9-to-5 job, yeah, that's gone. But would I still travel? I'd travel my brains out. Would I waste money while I'm traveling where I'm just getting, first class everywhere and knowing the worth of, like, people spend $12,000 for first class going to Hawaii where I can get the price $200 and I have, less leg room? Who cares? I'd probably travel business or whatever, but I don't think I'd let it roll me out.
Business is the gateway drug to suicide right there. You think, just go business. Next thing you know, you're in Emirates first class living room, gun to the temple. Ooh.
So barrel or not playing lotto?
He's barreling.
It's
Not a ski barrel though.
It's a dream barrel. It's really not going
pocket
to work,
ride.
but yeah, it's a pocket ride.
So this week I bought lotto tickets.
Oh,
I saw the billboard when I was driving home from work, and I'm like, what?
doing it.
I'm doing it. I pull into the liquor
Screw
store.
you, podcast career.
Yeah, I'm gonna ditch all you guys. I'm upgrading. So I bought. Apparently they're $2. I thought they were $1. They're now $2.
Inflation.
I spent $20.
oh,
So I bought, I think, 5 of each, 5 of the Powerball, 5 of the Mega. And I will tell you, it was very barrel because for that $20, we got to fantasize for 48 hours the palatial life that we would be living by Thursday. And it was like, what are you going to do with the money? What was the first thing that you would buy? You know, I would give $1 million to a bunch of people in my life, just like free and clear. Here's $1 million, pay off your house, pay whatever. Like, and the fantasy of that was worth the $20. But while I was there at that liquor store, I saw some sad people. There was 2 different women who were like in business attire, scratching stuff, checking. One of them was like checking the tickets in a machine. And they were head down, focused, spending time doing this. And it made me realize they do this every week. This isn't just because it's $800 million. And that made me sad that like they're actually.
Did it make you suicidal?
It made me wonder how close they were, because they were hinging like their life and dreams on this thing that I agree flies in the face of the hard work ethic that you're talking about. Like, I never planned on winning the lotto. I like to fantasize about it for 1-2 day period, but I was never going to replace my actual work ethic with that dream. And I realized that there's a lot of people that probably play it week in and week out. And by the way, spend a bunch of money that they should be probably focused on doing something else with, you know? And so the whole experience was twinged in sadness for the vast majority of people who actually invest heavily in the lotto as a retirement plan, you know? But I liked living the fantasy for a minute.
Oh, you know what? The way you explained that, I was impressed on that, because that you're totally right. You have that fantasy. And then the next question would be like, if you go to Vegas, do you gamble? Do you like gambling?
We've had that on Barrel or Not.
Love Vegas so much. I don't gamble.
Yeah.
I'm anti.
I think did it a couple times where I just had 100 to just throw out, and I had a couple hours of fun, and then I was like, dude, you work too hard for it, so I'm over it.
So that is the exact equation: is how much entertainment does this money provide me?
True.
And the $20 investment for the lotto provided 48 hours of entertainment. Vegas, I feel like $100 goes away immediately. It's not enough return on that investment.
And you can look at $20, you can go see a movie for that.
Exactly.
So
4 Big Macs.
Cool.
Netflix for $13.99 a month provides dozens of hours of entertainment.
You're right.
You know. So okay, so we're all going nah on playing lotto.
Going now. Except for you and Barrel.
Somebody's got to win it. That's the thing.
Somebody's got to win it.
Somebody made $800 million this week.
The silly odds, to me, are totally pointless, because it doesn't matter what the odds are. Somebody is going to win.
Yeah.
That somebody could be you.
Exactly.
Oh, we should get Lotto as a sponsor.
That's what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
Remember when we were
could be
kids? I don't know if you guys remember. When we were kids, they advertised that the lotto, the money
goes to pay for schools.
goes to pay for
that's
schooling.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our schools are still terrible.
Yeah.
Like the amount of money that they're raking in, because by the way, if they're paying out $800 million, that means they're earning
Billions.
1.6
I mean, way
billion
more,
probably, or
way
more than that, right?
I think it's a cash
so
cow.
from that profit, and that's week, well, it's not that high every week, but from that profit, shouldn't our schools be like, like Ivy League institutions at this point?
You'd think.
You'd think.
I mean, look
Where's
at
that money going?
Look at San Clemente. I mean, you're kind of going, man, that place could have so much stuff going besides the solar.
We need a journalist to dig into this. And
We
figure
do.
Out what's
Too
going
bad
on.
there's none here.
All right, final Barrel or Nah, poetry. Yesterday was the inauguration of the 46th president, and the highlight really that I've seen from the headlines was the young girl, the youngest poet laureate ever at an inauguration. I didn't listen to her poem, but poetry, Barrel or Nah.
I'm going to go Barrel because poetry is the surf journalism of literature. It is a weird backwater that nobody really looks at, but is vibrant and fun.
When did you last read poetry? Can you name one modern poet?
Sure. T.S. Eliot. Oh, he's not modern.
Living, working poet.
M.
I would argue, Bob Dylan's a poet. Whatever. Those guys make their living
Singing songs. I know.
selling records. I
Yeah.
mean, who's making a living? How do they even find that girl?
She's the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history.
Right.
Yeah.
Is she making a living as a poet?
Now she is.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Chuck, are you into poetry?
You know what?
Poetry is the big wave skiing of the literature world.
You ever woo your girlfriend over candlelight reading her a poem?
No, but I do have to say, like in school, I did like it because there was no right or wrong way. It was how you put it down. So for me, it was kind of an easy thing.
So you
It'd be like
actually
that's
wrote
how I
poet-
felt.
you wrote
I
poetry?
remember having to do it in literature, but I like to think of all the sports that we do, especially surfing. It's like poetry, you know. So I mean, yeah, I'd have to give it a barrel.
Wow.
Are you unbarreling poetry?
As I was listening, I did watch a couple of clips where that girl portions of her poem, and I was like,
You thought
poetry's pretentious. Like,
you thought I could do that, didn't you? You rude.
I'm pretty good with words.
You rude white male.
Here's what I thought about it. I thought, what is poetry? How do you even define poetry? It doesn't have to rhyme. Yeah. Like, so if I just put words together in a fanciful way, I can just call it a poem. Once you call it a poem, it's pretentious. So I'd rather just wordsmith in a way that's entertaining and not call it poetry and just be known for being pretty good at words or something, or maybe put that into a song and that becomes a song. But calling it poetry is now pretentious.
You should audition for the pretty good at words inaugural speaker. I'll have the inaugural poet and the guy who's pretty good at words.
We do that weekly here on the show. Okay, check this out. A listener actually emailed this week in response to our conversation about the Capitol insurrection, or as Chaz calls it, the non-insurrection. And he was taking delivery of his 8.0 Bing collector surfboard the day after they stormed the Capitol. And this is the email that he wrote to us. He said, "This insane week of politics and swell, a messy new mixture of heaven and hell, a new year, new diet, I'm a healthier man. But going booze-free this month was a questionable plan. From TV's images of the rioting horde, what diverts my attention? It's done, my new board. Precautions from COVID being what they are, I had it shipped here, though my shaper's not far. A board for summer, but I'll try it sooner. When age comes from freedoms, I'll go out for a nooner. With age comes some freedoms, and I'll go out for a nooner. And here's a lolly weekend coming in on a vector. The perfect Saturday for my new collector. Call it a mid-length, but yes, we all know I can't paddle or turn the way I used to, bro. Democracy teeters on a perilous ledge, but my new 8.0 Bing really takes off the edge. When there's chaos ashore, it can focus the mind to paddle out for one more out there in the brine."
Bravo.
Wow.
How
that's
about that?
Poet laureate.
Wow. That's
Beautiful.
awesome. Yeah. Very well
Barrel poetry or nah?
Barrel.
Barrel.
Yeah. He just convinced everybody in the room. That was Casey, a fellow Oregonian.
Casey.
Like Chaz, who now lives in SoCal.
Casey, thank you.
That is
You
awesome.
buoyed our spirits.
Totally unsolicited. I just opened the email, get a random poem about a Bing.
That is
Bravo.
really cool.
Bravo.
And he could have ended it so many sentences. I mean, he just went, it was like so well done.
It
That
went
was
on
killer.
too long is what you're saying?
No. I'm just saying, I mean, like the sentences were so well done that you could have just ended the thought right there, but he just kept going. It was
It's like he's a professional writer.
It is.
This is our audience. Chuck, these are the new followers that you're going to have on Instagram this week.
Huge fans coming from the
Poets.
surf splendor world.
Yeah.
And it
Beach
just goes
grit
down to
world.
you have to get really, maybe I do all my posts and I just write them, in poetry.
Great idea.
I think poetry is going to be all the rage. After Inauguration Day, after this and our influence,
Poetry is the
gonna
future.
There's going to be people making a living off poetry.
Yep.
Again.